Now, Zcash has been on a wild ride towards the end of 2025 here, and today it's beginning to tick back up. Now, a lot of people have taken profits from the $750 plus that it hit a couple of weeks ago, and of course, it's still doing very well. $341 is 10x the $34 that it was trading at back in September. But we've got some interesting articles being written, right? Can it continue to dip? How far is the breakdown? Dropping 57% from its peak. Is the rally over? Now, we're going to jump into it in the video, so if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay Bro. Now, I'm going to jump into this article in a second here, but I do want to say thank you guys for watching the video. YouTube has recently changed their policy. They are permitting educational content, news, and discussions about crypto. Okay, so in no way should you interpret this video as a promise, a recommendation, a suggestion, a promotion, a guarantee, anything like that. This is simply you and I talking about cryptocurrency and what is happening in the space. Yes, I'm going to talk about some specific cryptos. Yes, I'm going to offer my commentary. All right, but it is just that. It is my commentary. If you're going to make a decision on what you should do, I honestly, I don't know who YouTube wants you to talk to before making your own decisions. They obviously don't think that you're smart enough to make your own decisions. So talk to your mom or your dad or your cousin, or call YouTube and ask them what you should do, or maybe a financial advisor, pay somebody. Like, I don't know what YouTube is thinking here, but literally call them up and ask them what they're thinking. But with that, let's talk about what's going on with Zcash right here, because I own Zcash, right? I've been excited about this entire rally. I believe in its long-term potential. The moving averages have all crossed over now, but we do have a nice green day as we may be bottoming out and moving to the upside. So it says that Zcash has dropped by 35% in the last 7 days alone after hitting a peak of $700 plus. The daily price action shows that $300 level is most likely target at this time. And Google search volume have declined sharply in the last month, indicating that retail interest in Zcash could have faded. Here's the problem with retail investors, okay? If it isn't ripping up and hitting new all-time highs, retail couldn't care less. Guys, Zcash, and this is a hypothetical situation, right? Zcash could be on its way to becoming not only the new Bitcoin, but surpassing Bitcoin. And retail would not care if it wasn't doubling in price every week. And even then, if it was a slow and steady gainer, doubling in price on a consistent basis, retail wouldn't care. Retail needs insane volatility. Retail needs insane price spikes in order to be interested. And as soon as profit taking begins, they lose all interest and they become extremely fearful. That's why we've been sitting in a situation of extreme fear when cryptocurrency prices have been floating near all-time highs. People have to get over their emotions when it comes to buying, selling, and holding. It says Zcash is among the worst performing tokens in the crypto market in the last 7 days, with losses exceeding 35%. Now that's over the last 7 days, right? So if you would have bought it 7 days ago, it was a poor performer. But if you've been holding Zcash for any amount of time, Zcash has done very, very well. Especially if you bought Zcash, over the course of like the last 3 years or something. Now it says token collapsed by 57% since it hit its peak above $700. As privacy tokens seem to have been the first to be dumped by investors in the latest sell-off. Now I don't think they're being dumped, right? Privacy tokens have seen some phenomenal gains. It's a lot of profit taking that is taking place here, not a dumping off. So Zcash made a double top at 700. Zcash started to drop after it made a double top at 700, and this is a typically high probability pattern, especially when it pops up on the daily chart. The price action subsequently lost the 440 support level from which the token had previously bounced, and it's kept declining 5 out of the last 6 sessions, and today it is finally bouncing back. So this was your 440 level of support. Mine was at about 450, and of course it did fall through that level right there, and over the last 3 days continued to decline. But today we've got our green day and could potentially be bouncing. Now, bullish structure holds despite the drop. Zcash search volume right? Reached a peak on November 7th at a scale of 100 on Google Trend Analytics. November 7th coincides with the top that was right here when Zcash was hitting its not all-time high, but its recent high of $758, and of course has faded since then. You see, people are only interested when these coins are hitting all-time highs. So with that, I still believe in Zcash. I believe in privacy coins, but I also believe in layer 2 blockchains, and that's got me interested in Bitcoin Hyper. Bitcoin Hyper, you guys got a link for this down in the description below, has raised nearly $29 million. Think about that, guys. $29 million raised at a period of time when fear is plaguing the market. $29 million at a time when retail is all but anywhere to be found. So if you're interested in learning more about Bitcoin Hyper, you got a link for it down in the description below. You're going to be able to see how their layer 2 works and make a decision for yourself as to whether or not you're interested in it. Now, you get two choices when it comes to owning cryptocurrency. Number one, you can own it on a centralized exchange. Or number two, you can own it on the blockchain. Now, I choose to own on the blockchain, and if you guys are interested, you got a link for Best Wallet down in the description. This is your access to the blockchain. It is extremely simple. It is a free download on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, and if you guys are interested in learning more about it, you got that link down there where you can go check it out for yourself. So let me know what you think about everything, and until the next time, hope to each and every one of you have an awesome day.